Oh my gosh, guys. I'm gonna be very embarrassed when I open this box because I've not been in this box. I don't even know what's in there. Let me show you. Okay, no turning back now. Who is that? Well, hello. Thanks for popping by and spending some time with me here today and the Hoya. My name is Vanessa Lee. If it's your first time here, welcome. So yeah, let's get into this video. I've got so much to show you, although we do have some chores to do. But I think I'm going to start with my surprise blooms. We had one hot day yesterday and I went out and I hung out with some friends at the park. And when I left, these Hoyas were completely closed. I came back quite late in the evening and they were open, so I couldn't even photograph them. Let's get into it. Let me grab the very first Hoya that I want to show you, which is actually on the other side of the room. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll put in some B-roll where it lives whilst I'm gone. Here it is. Oh my gosh, I can hardly believe how gorgeous. Is that bloom? Oh, I've not smelt it yet. Okay, I don't smell anything and I actually just put some perfume on, so that wasn't probably a very good move, but oh my gosh. Guys, there's another Podungo. Can you see it? There. Okay, for you guys, for the newcomers, I've had this Hoya. I got it as a very small cutting, although you can see the leaves are huge, so I probably had like, I don't know, 4 leaves. Yeah, I've had it for about 2 years, or maybe under 2 years, I don't know. But this year, about a month or 2 ago, it shot out its very first peduncle, and it's still quite a small plant. I mean, it's definitely not the fastest grower in the world, but I mean, it's dealing with shooting out quite large leaves, and I think now it's really going to take off. So I'm really excited about this plant. And I only have actually one other Hoya, which I will show you. It's in the Hoya. I was going to say it's in the Hoya wall. It's in the hallway. Yeah. And it's full of peduncles. Nothing's opened as yet. But then, you know, we could go past there in 2 hours and maybe the blooms will be open. But yeah, one last look at these. Really interesting bloom. I mean, the name of this plant, I may not have said, it's Carnosa Dark Red. So I was expecting dark red blooms. And they're just all sorts of burgundy and like a mauvey. And the center, I believe, is just white. I don't think it's yellow. And I'm just so happy to see there's another one. Okay, so yeah, that's the first one that I wanted to show you, and I'm very pleased. I was at one stage, I was planning on selling this plant. I almost sold this plant this month, and I don't know, I just suddenly, I moved things around, I found more spaces, I found a way to kind of like hold on to it basically. And every now and then I do think, oh, I should downsize my Hoya collection. I don't know how many I've got, but I think I've got about 28. And I just can't do it, I just can't do it. So another Hoya that's also in Pon. So the plant before is also in Pon. This is my Hoya Rotundiflora. Let me just show you the gorgeous leaves. Yeah, I had like a weird thing happen. So I found 2 ants crawling along the wall, like where the skylight is there. So of course I terminated those, and then I put some stuff down I actually put some bleach, like bleached the whole thing. I've not seen any back, and I've literally been like a cat, just looking, hunting, and waiting. Anyway, yeah, so I noticed that some of the blooms on this one that hadn't quite, well, they hadn't opened at all, kind of exploded. And then there was this white drippy stuff. I should have filmed it really, because now you're not really going to know what I'm talking about. But it's either that the ants kind of ate it, although I didn't find any ants on this plant. I did find 8 ants on my Carnosa Compacta, which we might chop today. But yeah, so it's kind of sad because there would have been 3 on here. But let me just show you these blooms. So I actually got this as a cutting more or less the same time as the Carnosa, actually at the same time. But look at these blooms. I'm just going to turn the light off and see if you can have a better look. Maybe it'll focus better now. Very pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this is actually doing the flower any justice. I'll put a photo up. I'll take a photo and put it up. But it's really interesting. I haven't actually smelt this one yet either. Let's have a little. Okay. I can't smell anything. Yeah, but they're kind of interesting because they're almost inside out. Well, not inside out, but like the flower is very, it's kind of like turned itself like this rather than being like that, if you know what I mean. It's the only way I can explain it. But so pretty, such a pretty flower. It really makes sense for this kind of plant, for this kind of Hoya, to have a flower that looks like this, don't you think? It really suits the plant. Amazed, and absolutely love this soft pink flower. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, it's just this soft pink, fluffy flower with a little white center. I wish you could see this. Hopefully I can get a really nice photo. And then right in the center, there's like a darker pink. And then in the very tip of that center, there's just like a little white blob. It's perfect. Wow. I'm blown away. This is the first time I'm looking at this flower in daylight. Amazing. I'll probably come by a bit later this evening and see if the scent kind of comes out more in the evening. But yeah, pretty little thing. So I do have another one up here that's blooming. I'll get that. Look at this. There's 2. Oh my gosh. So if you saw my last video, on my last Hoya video, you would have seen this flower, but I just wanted to show again for those of you who didn't see that video. Pretty. It's really blown out. You know what, I don't even know if I need this light on, to be honest. Let's do that. How pretty is that? And there's 2, so I'm just, of course, over the moon. See if I can do something like this. Oh look. Okay, stop messing with her before things start going wayward. Another one in Pon, and full of peduncles, full of them. can't actually remember how long I've had this plant, so I'll put the time up, but just another one in Pon, and possibly might need to go into a slightly larger pot at some stage. But yeah, full of peduncles, and that happened a couple of months ago. It just threw out loads of peduncles. Got another one there, got another little one coming there. So 1, 2, that one, 3. Do I not see another one here somewhere? 3, oh here, 4, what's there? And then of course the 2 that have blooms, so that's 6 on this. I mean, it's tiny. I actually bought this one from Grow Tropicals, and there was another part to this plant which I think I gave it away. I wanted to just get it, like, I just wanted a small, I love buying Hoya cuttings because I like starting them off small, and that leaf does not look good. That's probably me over watering, because whenever they're blooming I just think that they're going to need more water, but maybe I should stop doing that because it's clearly not liking it. But yeah, so yeah, it was double the size, and I at one stage had 2, and then I probably sold one or gave one away, and I kept this one, and it's still quite a small plant. But yeah, someone did actually ask me recently how I'm getting them to bloom, or even how to get them to push out peduncles. Now, I mean, I'm no expert, obviously. I'm just like you guys, like maybe I'm a little further along, like maybe I've been doing it a little longer, or maybe you've been doing it much longer than I have. So if you have had Hoyas for more than 4 years, then you probably will have a lot more knowledge. So leave that in the comments down below for us all to check out, because it's all a family here. We don't gatekeep our information. The whole point of being here is to share and to feel like part of the community, you know, like it's just a space, isn't it, that you can have a good old chat. But yeah, I had noticed, I mean, I don't know if I can really put it down to this, but I put my Hoyas, these ones in particular, not the Carnosa Dark Red. This one doesn't live in the kitchen, but the ones that I put in the kitchen that are quite, like, are in these tiny little cups, little drinking, they're like little plastic throwaway drinking cups. They're all in the kitchen, and they're under a plant light which I wired up, and I've put it up on the ceiling, and I've got a pin board, and I'll probably just put in some B-roll because otherwise you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they've been living there, and that's when all the peduncles started going nuts. So I think it's a matter of time. I mean, they're tiny, they haven't been growing a lot, like they don't grow too fast, which is exactly what I want because my space is quite small. But I would say the older your plant is, the more likely they are going to push out peduncles, and eventually, if you're giving them highlight, I do believe highlight really does help. And I mean, at one stage, I mean, I can actually tell that this one is a little sun bleached, because these leaves were much darker when I was, you know, when I first got this plant. But we've got these gorgeous flowers, and it's a shame I didn't keep the second one actually, because we could have timed them, and I could have kept one like just somewhere else, and then this one in the kitchen, and seen if there was a difference. But maybe that's an experiment for the future. I've just got this thing about duplicates recently. I've been trying to get rid of my duplicates. Anyway, let's move on. Perfect. Don't think I forgot. Oh no, I have. I've forgotten one. Oh my God. Okay, there's more. There's more. Let me just go and grab another blooming, actually two more, and then I've got one in the hallway. Yeah. Here is my Hoya Parasitica Black Margin, and look, can you see what's going on up here? Those are getting ready, and this is the bloom. I did take a photograph of this one because before I went to the park, this one was open. They look like little clusters of berries, these ones. Getting as close as I can. But they're very berry-like, very full as well. So yeah, must definitely kind of keep an eye on the watering and everything. It's much bushier with leaves on the opposite side. But yeah, the flowers have all decided to go this way. What can you do, really? But I've had this one for a long time. I started with a very small cutting and it... Oh, I found another peduncle. I don't know if you can see it, but from the back you can see it, which is how I saw it. It's kind of there. Can you see it? There-ish. Yeah, and when I had like this really small cutting, I don't know if I'm going to have a photo of this, it pushed out its first peduncle and bloomed, and it was tiny. I bought this also from Grow Tropicals. I'll put up the time, how long ago it was, because I honestly can't remember. I probably had this one like 3 years. So again, like an old timer, you know, I've had it a while, but within... Yeah, so I got it from, start from the beginning. So I got it from Grow Tropicals. It was quite a big plant, not big. It came in like a 9 centimeter pot. And I separated it. I think I probably split it into 2 or 3 separate plants. So they were very small by that stage. They were kind of like, let me get one. They were kind of like this size. So I had 3 plants kind of this size when I first got this plant. Just put you there, please don't do anything naughty. Yeah, so I split them into 3, and then I think I had one I did like a bit of an experiment. I was very experimental. You know, I love to play with the plants. It's quite bad. But you know, if you react quick enough, then things will be fine. But I think I had one in soil, I had one in pon, and who knows what I did with the other one. And then I definitely gave one away to someone at work when I was working at a plant shop. And I kept 2, and then kind of fairly recently I got rid of the other one. But yeah, always, oh, I don't want to like break you. Yeah, always an impressive bloom. And actually I've never ever tried smelling this. I don't know why. No, it doesn't smell of anything. And to be honest, it's almost on its way out. So I will definitely put the photograph up. Yeah. This is a Hoya Mathilde, and it recently pushed out peduncles, so please don't judge its very first bloom. It's not a full cluster, but the flower is so pretty. Can you see? And I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of fluffy, like super fluffy. I'll try and get in a really nice photo if you can't see that. doesn't smell of anything. But yeah, it is now full of peduncles. This also I received as a cutting. It grew very, very quickly. That's my fridge. I'm going to switch it off. Yeah, so I got it as a very small cutting. It recently pushed out a bunch of peduncles. I'm just going to count them up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can see 8 peduncles on this tiny little plant, which I put on like a makeshift trellis. It's in a clear glass vessel, again, classic. And yeah, I mean, the roots look fantastic. It's obviously loving life. Doesn't get a lot of light, actually. Hopefully in the B-roll you'll see. I'll do a separate one for this one. It doesn't get a hell of a lot of light, so I mean, definitely the blooms were much fuller on those guys, and they were all first-time bloomers over there, which are definitely getting more higher light. So maybe we would get more impressive blooms had this plant have got higher light. I mean, it's not in low light, it's just not in as intense a light as those ones over there. But yeah, she's looking really pretty. Another plant that I was planning on selling. I don't know, sometimes I just think I have too many plants, and then I'm like, I look at all the plants and then I think, okay, I could say goodbye to those, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. The only time I can remove plants from my home are the ones that are obviously croaking it, and then the others are because I've got duplicates, and sometimes more than just the 2. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of any of my Hoyas anytime soon. Let's go into the hallway, and actually before I go into the hallway, I just want to I want to clean some Pon and some Leca, so I'm going to put them on to boil whilst we're out there doing that, because I don't think I have any Pon, and I do want to do some cuttings. And oh my gosh, I almost forgot again. I need to get this box. Where is it? Because otherwise I'm just going to forget. Yes, I've got to do this box. Okay, so I don't even know I'm going to be very embarrassed when I open this box, because I've not been in this box. I don't even know what's in there. There's a lot of different Hoyas in there. I can see something fluffy in there. It's going to be scary. I hope you're ready. I hope you're going to be prepared for this. But yeah, let's just put on the Leca to boil. And yeah, and then we'll go and see the oven. I have 2 bags of dirty substrates. This one is the Pon, and I've got some Leca, and I'm going to be using these 2 pots. So I bought these 2 pots from IKEA. They're just like, they were in the student section. They're very cheap, and yeah, I would never use my stainless steel pots to do this. whilst that's boiling, let's go and have a look at, I think it's just 2 Hoyas out there that I want to show you. That one's bloomed and one is about to bloom. Oh no, the weather has just kind of turned. I think it might rain. But yeah, I wanted to show you my Hoya Wietii. As you can see, it's getting ready to bloom. We've got these 2 hanging there, and she's just in front of this skylight here, very dirty skylight. Look at the clouds. Yeah, and I've had this one definitely for about 3 years, or maybe just under 3 years, but yeah, she has bloomed. This will be her 2nd season of blooming, and the flowers are gorgeous. Not only do they give out the most beautiful scent, they're also like a dark purple, and I think the purple here with my string of hearts, which also have like quite a purpleness about them. And then I've got several things over here that have a bit of purple. I think it's just going to sit so nicely here. This is the first time that I've had it here in the hallway, and it looks very, very happy. It is in pond, but this one's actually in a drainage pot. We've got more peduncles. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Very cute. My Linearis actually hasn't shown any signs of blooming, but it's just getting super long. And it's weird because whenever I put one of my plants here, one strand will just grow a lot longer than the others. It's just very strange. I don't know what's going on there. But let me show you the other. Yeah, this is one of my eldest Hoyas. I've had this one, oh my gosh, definitely for 3 years. It's the Hoya Crimson Queen. She's got a lot of white variegation. I love her for that. But yeah, full of peduncles. Had 2 blooms actually. I'll throw in a photo because I do think I have some footage of the 2 blooms together. And I mean, this one's on its last legs, so it might actually start falling apart. Maybe. Can we get in there? Ooh. I just don't want to snap it. But yeah, it's kind of facing the wrong way. I'll put in a photo, but also quite a fluffy little one. Very, very pretty. And yeah, this one came with 1 peduncle on it when I bought it. Oh, I've got another one activated just there. But yeah, now I don't know how many peduncles are on this thing. I suppose I could do a quick count up. We've got that one, 2, got a 3rd one in there, we've got a 4th one. That's all I can see at the moment, but there's probably, oh, there's one up here, 5th one. There's probably some hiding here and about. And this is actually in a chunky aeroid mix, as you can see. And we've got like some holes in the bottom of the pot there, leca balls at the bottom, so I can make it into a self-watering pot if I go away. And yeah, it lives here in the hallway now, loving life. But yeah, she's so pretty and very easy to bloom. Okay, I think we need to go and do some work. Oh, excellent. Those are bubbling away. I'll probably leave those to boil for maybe another 10 minutes. Let's see what's going on inside this box. I'm scared. Should I put gloves on? Let me show you what's in this box. Can you see there's some fuzzy things going on? That's nice. But yeah, we've got my Hoya Wietii, the variegated one. I've only recently put it in there, so I wasn't expecting much, but we do have a little root here, so that's good. Maybe I'll chop this one up. We've got another little bit of Boyetii in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, is she rooted? We got roots. We've got a root. A little bitty one. I think what I'm going to do is just take out all of the I'm going to have to take everything out. I'll chuck it in here. And you can see now it's upside down. You can see there's lots of roots. Yeah, this is my Hoya Crahanianum-esque Super Silver. Got a lot going on. And we've even got new leaves coming, so let's hope it's going to behave well now that it's out. It's going to be out of that humidity box, which has been 100%. So what I might do is just pot all of this up and put it into a humidity bin, or put it under a dome. Actually, I'll probably do that because the other box is full. And there's quite a bit of it in here. So I had a much larger Hoya Crahanianum. Wow, we've got a lot of roots. I think I'm going to put this one into soil actually, because it's been in sphagnum moss for so long now. So yeah, I'm going to pick my way through this. And then I think I'm going to put it into a mix of chunky aeroid mix, a mix of my chunky aeroid mix and tree fern fibre. Yeah, I had this massive, well it wasn't massive, but much bigger plant of Crahanianum. It got a case of the old mealybug and almost croaked it. Yeah, I almost lost that plant. That's very, very sad because it was such a beautiful bloomer. The blooms for this plant are so pretty. They're like fairy tale pretty. This one's really cute. I think we can make quite a nice plant here. Yay. I was going to chop up my Carnosa Compacta and do 2 cuttings, but I don't have any. I've got a little bit of Pon, but probably not enough. We'll have a look just now. We can maybe like bulk it out with some perlite or something. We shall see. Wow, can't believe that I'm actually doing this. Okay, oh, I found a different plant. Okay, so this is my Hoya Curtisii, which I just threw in here because I was just, yeah, tidying up, keeping things tidy. So I'll just hide that in the box. Yeah, this one was fairly rooty anyway. Well, you know, like how, you might not know actually, but Curtisii always seem to have these little roots here anyway. So yeah, again, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. What else is in here? Anything else? That's a corm. I think there's 3 corms in here. Where is the other one? There. Okay, I'll go through this another day. And that will go in the dustbin. And that can go in the kitchen. There's some plunk in here. I'm going to do a very quick tidy up and then get my tray up here, which I should have put out first really, but I'm back with the plants. So this is what I have. It's going to be an interesting repot. Oh, I didn't get the tray out. Little trusty tray. I'm loving using this thing. I found a little bit of Pon, so yeah, I could maybe put the cuttings into maybe something quite small. I could probably put them in here. Maybe if I put some leca balls at the bottom. So that could actually work. Okay, so we are going to do the cutting as well. But let's first tackle this tricky thing. Let's see what they look like clumped together. And I might need to cut some of them. Let me just show you the root system, and you can see that there's these roots here. So I'm going to cut it in between and just put that as a separate little plant, well, stem. So I just want to like line them up and just see what I'm dealing with root wise, and then I'll be able to figure out what size pot. And then this bit, which actually I'm going to leave like that. And this tiny little piece. So that's what we've got. That's our little bouquet. There's no drainage holes on this. Do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to pin it on the board. So it's going to go in one of these. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we've got this bit. Now I just need to mix up some soil. I'm going to use this as like a little measuring cup because I don't want to make up too much. And I think we're going to go for, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm going to mix in some tree fern fibre, so I brought that along with me. This is a big batch of my chunky aeroid mix. Not that much. Oh, hello. So I've gone half and half, as you can see, and I've left enough, obviously, because there's leca balls at the bottom. Give that a nice little mix up. And just break up the tree fern fibre. A little bit. Yeah, this is definitely very chill day. So I'm going to put a little layer of this on the bottom first. Bouquet is still together, that's good. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of roots, but Hoyas do like to be nice and snug. This. And then I just need to try and get the soil in somehow. In you go. Yeah, I mean I'm really pleased that we're starting with a lot of roots, so that's good. But yeah, I don't know how this is going to react to the different humidity. Got a leaf down there. What are you doing? Why? Okay. Ta-da! It's done. We do have some exposed roots here, so I'm just gonna wiggle that down. brilliant. Every last little bit of soil has been used. So yeah, I'll probably just slap a dome over this, and I'll show you what that looks like a little later. And then I'm just going to give it a bit of the water. The reservoir is filling up. Yeah, it's so cute. And I'm just going to plonk it in there. Eventually that will go on the Hoya wall, but for now I'll just have to find somewhere else for it to live, but with a dome on top. Let's plonk you back there. Let's move on to something else. This is the plant I was talking about, my Carnosa Compacta. I actually recently put it into this vessel, which is from the Natural History Museum. It's like an old chemistry vessel, and I just love it in this. But as you can see, there is one space where I could do a cutting here. If I cut here and then pot this one up, hopefully something will grow. Another stem will come out of that cut, and then I'm going to try and cut the plant again around here, because that's kind of where there's like a little bit of a gap. And then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces back in this pot eventually, but I think I'll do the cutting or let it callus over, and then it's going to go into this vessel with some leca balls at the bottom. So let me just do that. Oh, okay. Let's do a little prayer first. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to use these, my chouke. So yeah, again, I'm going to cut right there. Oh. Okay, no turning back now. It's done. And then I'm going to cut it again here. Don't worry, she's going to grow slowly, but she's going to grow. But you know, sometimes it's a good thing to cut the plants. It instigates more growth. So I'm going to use some cinnamon. I just used this cinnamon. I didn't realise there was a special type of cinnamon that you were meant to be using. This is just from my local Indian shop. This is what I've been using this whole time. I don't even know if it helps with the callousing. It's just probably more peace of mind. But yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of that into the salsa. And then whilst that's callousing over, we need to get back to Pon and Leca. Yeah, it's definitely very drippy. It's like this yellow stuff coming out. And I do have a little bit of rooting hormone left, my favourite one. So we'll be using that as well. Give it the best chance. So yeah, I've just got these kind of dishcloths, throwaway disposable dishcloths. And as you can see, all of the moss that was stuck on them is pretty much stuck to the bottom now, which is what I wanted. Generally, like, it will float to the top, so when you pour it into the sieve, it will be the first thing to hit the sieve. Although we will need to go through and pick out bits, but yeah, I'm just going to let that dry like that, and then I'll do the same with the pon. Right, okay, so the rest of the plant can go back in the kitchen now. It does need some water, which I'll do a bit later. Okay, so, oh, I can go and grab some Leca balls. Let me do that very quickly. I just want to grab some small ones. So that's its reservoir. Happy with that. So, let's pour this in. Might as well just pour it all in, to be honest. Like that. And I'm going to put some water in now. It's actually about here now. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I mean, the plant doesn't have any roots, and if you were going to propagate, normally you would propagate in water, but I'm going straight for ponds, so I want the water level to be a little bit higher, but not hitting the stem. So I'm going to create a hole, and then I'm going to dip the plant into some rooting hormone. Hopefully this is going to work. Nice big hole. Put my stem in. Now I can either put the rooting hormone directly in there, which could be a smart move actually, or I can try and, no, I'm going to put it directly into the hole that I've just made. So I'm just using a little bitty bit. Sorry, I didn't tell you what this was. It's great white. And if you're interested in any of the things that I'm using, you'll find it in the description down below. The rooting hormone is brilliant. Okay, let's put the long one in. Close that up. Okay, one done. Now this one's a little bit shorter, so it's going to be a little trickier. I'll just obviously make a hole that's not quite as deep. And a little bit of rooting hormone. Oh, that was a lot. Slid right in there. And then I'll put you this way. Okay, now that's working. That's good. I might need something just to hold it into place. Something like this, really. I could maybe do something like that. Look! So cute. And I'm going to pop that up on the windowsill. Perfect. Love this little arrangement. Can't wait for this to start pushing out some roots. I'll definitely keep you updated, and then that will eventually go back in with the rest of the plant. And then the Hoya Crahanianum-esque Super Silver is in its dome, so it should be quite content and happy there. Yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased that I got to show you some of my Hoya blooms, that they didn't drop or anything like that, because I was so silly. Last night I was thinking, what if I wake up in the morning and that bird is so loud? What if I wake up in the morning and some of the blooms have fallen off and I didn't get a chance to photograph them? But we got it in real time. Let me know if you have any Hoyas and which ones of yours are blooming at the moment, or maybe you are still in the early years where they're still babies and working on their root system. But don't worry, by the time you hit the 2nd year or the 3rd year of owning your Hoya, you will start seeing some blooms, definitely. Just have a little play around with lighting if you feel that you are struggling to get your plants to bloom. And that's probably the best advice that I can give you. I know that there's quite a few subscribers that actually have quite a lot of knowledge when it comes to the plant world, so do share that with all of us. I'd much appreciate that. Please do give me a thumbs up to show me you appreciated the video, that you enjoyed it, and that you'd like to see more of this. I know that I have a lot of Hoya lovers out there, so and hit the subscribe button before you go. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm very close to 2,000. Hopefully I would have gone over 2,000 by the time this video goes up. Oh, I'm wishing. But yeah, I really want to push those numbers up so that I can do this full time, and then I can give you more content more often. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you here again very soon. Bye.